sunny. Yesterday my life was filled with rain.
For Miami Springs Country Club, here about to go on stage. I'm just kidding. It's still early. We're at the Real Estate and Trade Expo seminar by my buddy Luis Castillo. And I'll be speaking a little bit of real estate, a little bit of e-commerce, the other business vertical, diverse crowd of, right now it's like networking hour before the fun starts. I'll share more lessons learned, etc. throughout the day. Let me know in the comments, when attending these seminars or events, what do you guys normally look to learn? I always suggest getting just 1-2 good connections out of these events. My 2 cents.
Sunny.
Okay, back in my corner, representatives from the Office of the Mayor, Miami-Dade County, just stepped off a stage. And for people local, I'll share this for Miami-Dade County audience. There are a lot of incentives, free interns. That was one that was very cool. I'll look into it. For people in Miami-Dade County, Office of the Mayor just shared a lot of information. Manny, I have his contact. I won't directly share that, maybe unless you ask directly, and I'll make sure it's okay with him. But he's with the Office of the Mayor in charge of these programs to support local entrepreneurs and business owners in South Florida, specifically Dade County. Very insightful stuff. Loans available for business owners. I may plug in one for the e-commerce business. Prime -1. It's almost free money if you know how to use it well. Stepping out here so there's less noise. About to go on stage, and well, I'll share and be honest, I should have prepared better for this, as I don't go onto stage often. And the material they asked me to speak on, well, they gave me some very specific questions. And there's some key metrics and numbers I wanted to share, and I just want to make sure I don't forget them. I'll let you guys know how it goes once on the panel. That will be, but very interesting people here. AI is the big subject, and to my detriment, I really only started using AI this year, which I feel silly for not having started using it much earlier. There's a guy here, Alex. He's with Elite Closers. He supports business owners and just knows so many AI tools and how to use them to improve your life. So I'll share a little bit more about that later.
Thank you. Go ahead. Applause. I'm not going to cut the applause. I'm never going to cut the applause.
Thank you.
What should they look for at the first week before they spend $1?
So if they're just looking to get started creating a new product,
First, want to make sure you have a viable product for the marketplace. As a quick, I have an acronym that goes PPSS. You have what you pay your manufacturer, your platform fees, shipping. Those 3 are your cost. Sales is revenue. You subtract one or the other. That's your net profit. Make sure you have at least 20% profit. And if not, find another product, something else to sell. The worst thing you want is putting something in the market that people don't want or that is not a viable business for you to continue. Those are actionable. That's an actionable metric you can check and use.
So basically minimum 20% profit.
Yeah, we were talking about your jewelry business, for example.
On average, how much does a small business should consider investing on marketing in order to see growth? Usually that's the first question we ask. How much are we going to invest after the product? What's going to be my margin in marketing?
If you have a viable product, expect to spend at least 20-40% on marketing. Allocate to get people to know about your product. Already established companies with audiences and clientele will typically average 5 to 12% a year, but out of the gate, you need people to know about your product and buy. Business is all numbers, so you just need to track, and the best thing like MER, marketing efficiency ratio. So see how much you're marketing, how effective it is. You have your ratio of how much your marketing brings you per revenue. In that way, that's a short-term KPI to track. Long-term, know what your lifetime value is for each customer, how much they buy from you through their lifetime. Then you can track what does it cost you to acquire a new customer. And that ratio will give you lots of insights into your business. Ideally, if you can get them on a subscription basis, which is the best thing you could probably have, just have them buying from you for free forever, but that way you can track those ratios efficiently and know how much to spend on marketing.
So basically, you would say you wouldn't have a high expense in market at the beginning, but then you would be lowering yearly? Or how long do you think that would make a difference? Like I would invest 25% on the first year, 20% on the second year, or how do you know where do we need to make an average of how much do we need to spend in marketing?
It depends, and that's a great question, because going back to lifetime value of a customer, let's say you get in, if it's a one-off product you're selling, like jewelry, you look at a ratio. So let's say your LTV to CAC is typically, you want to have a 3x. So for every dollar you spend on marketing, you get 3 back, right? That's a commonly known ratio. Now, if you had them on a subscription basis for another product and you can track the data, hey, they stay on for 12 months, 18, 8, you have an average of how much money they spend on you. Thus, the lifetime value of that customer is now more. Thus, you're able to spend more dollars to acquire that customer. In short, it depends. And what you're selling and what you're able to spend to acquire a new client.
And I assume you have experience in all types of products,
Yes. The hardest are to launch brand new ones.
the brand new one.
Yeah, if you're launching a brand new brand of whatever widget, gadget, Veronica's hairspray, that'd be hard to get market penetration.
People worry about using credit to fund their business.
You know, it's a tool. It's leverage that can propel whatever endeavor you have to, it's what got me started in real estate. Like, first deal was a dilapidated, vacant 16-unit apartment building, and just ran credit cards for all the rehab. And 18 months later, it was successful, and we're able to pay everything off. And the asset still prints money till this day. In the right vehicle, it can print you money for a long time. On the e-commerce side as well, one of our partners, Dan, who, when I explained him what we do, he's like, give me 2 of those, make me 2 of those businesses. He had all this purchasing power. He's a very successful businessman in Wisconsin. He's like, I got all this credit just sitting there, unlimited in his case, but he's like, this is money for my kids. What you can do, just boom, and that's it. We leverage his credit cards to purchase things that have already been bought in the online marketplaces we create for him, and we operate everything in the background and split profits with him. So the right vehicle, the right operation, properly leveraged, it can make you a lot of money.
I know I can't afford to stop.
I was in love with this guy, though.
That it's true.
Okay, so just got done on stage. Great panel, great discussion. It smoothens out once I start talking and answering questions. So this one was a little easier in that regard. Alex on stage said he has a spreadsheet with 200 plus AI tools. If he shares that with me, I'll put a link somewhere. Happy to share with any of you guys watching this. We're almost done here. I'm not sure what will happen after the event's over. Probably there's networking event cocktails after this beautiful day here in South Florida.
Last but not least, last but still lethal, last to hold the crown, cause no nigga was equal. My
Okay, so we're all done here at the seminar. I guess we're now going to step into, I don't know this place, this golf, but look at this, look. Huh? Look how pretty. We'll see what Mr. Castillo has prepared for us next.
chains and rolling arms. Do we rob him or let mine the entourage? Had the lemon brought to you by my villain, it's my state. Alone the way to burn your trace.